The KXAN News Podcast is sponsored by Shelf Genie.
Honoring Willie. As the country music legend turns 90, we've got ways you can join in on the celebration right here in Austin.
Nice quiet start to the weekend, just what we needed. We'll take you through the rest of the weekend and when storms may come back to Central Texas.
First, a mass shooting north of Houston. 5 people, including an 8-year-old, killed in a home in San Jacinto County last night. And this evening, multiple agencies continue to search for a man accused of gunning down his neighbors. The sheriff's office says the suspect is 38-year-old Francisco Opoiza. Deputies were initially called to the home in the city of Cleveland following a harassment complaint that a neighbor was shooting his AR-15 rifle in the front yard. Deputies found 4 people dead in the house. An 8-year-old on the scene died at the hospital. 3 other children were found inside uninjured, as well as 2 other adults.
My understanding is that the victims, they came over to the fence, said, hey, do you mind not shooting out in the yard? We have a young baby that's trying to go to sleep, and he had been drinking, and he says, I'll do what I want to in my front yard.
The sheriff's office said the victims were shot in the head, quote, almost execution style. Going in depth, according to the Gun Violence Archive, there have been nearly 14,000 gun-related deaths across the U.S. this year. So far, there have been a total of 175 mass shootings across the country this year. To put that in perspective, today is the 119th day of the year. Covering the border now, with the Title 42 health restrictions set to expire in just under 2 weeks, the federal government announced a new measure meant to ease the expected influx of migrants seeking asylum. The Biden administration plans to open processing centers outside the United States, the first ones in Guatemala and Colombia. The United Nations International Organization of Migration will run them. These will serve people looking to apply to fly in legally and settle in the U.S., Spain, or Canada. The administration also plans to swiftly screen migrants seeking asylum at the border itself. This will mean faster processing and/or deporting those who don't qualify for asylum. Going in depth on the state level, Governor Greg Abbott tweeted yesterday that the Texas National Guard is installing razor wire and barriers to stop crossings at the El Paso border. Since the start of Operation Lone Star 2 years ago, Abbott says DPS and the Texas National Guard have captured more than 369,000 migrants who crossed into the state illegally and made over 27,000 criminal arrests.
While hail was our main threat with storms on Friday, one county just to the north of the KXAN viewing area had damage from wind. Take a look at this video from Gatesville, Texas, from our sister station in Waco. Gatesville is in Coryell County and shares a border with Lampasas County. You can see the crews trying to clear up some of the tree debris from strong winds in the area. The National Weather Service office from Dallas-Fort Worth sent a crew today to survey the damage and determine whether it was caused by a tornado or not. Of course, our weather today, much quieter than yesterday. Let's take you out to our Indeed weather camera at the Domain, looking out over Q2 Stadium, hosting Austin FC against the San Jose Quakes tonight. We're at 76 degrees, just perfect weather here right now with the low humidity. Not a cloud in the sky at all. Temperatures middle 70s across the area, and the winds have started to come down too after what was a rather windy morning. If you're heading to Q2 Stadium for the 7:30 kickoff, at 7 will be sunny and 71, 65 at 9, clear skies, and 60 here by 11. So a reasonably nice night, not too chilly and certainly not too hot. As far as what we're going to be tracking for you in first warning weather, some changes for Sunday. It's not going to feel quite like today. We'll show you why. We'll also highlight when humidity returns and when our next chances for several storms in a row come back.
All right, Nick, thank you, sir. A unique opportunity today to step into the world of a firefighter. Travis County Emergency Services Department number 2 hosted an open house. Visitors got to don the uniform, and some took part in a firefighter simulation obstacle course. It's all part of educating Travis County kids on fire safety while having a little fun in the process.
It's good to get the interaction with the kids. You know, we want to start the education process very early on fire safety, life safety in the home. And so big red trucks are very attractive to the little kids as a baseline. And so getting them here and then just getting them familiar with what the fire service is really, really cool.
The fire department even had our own reporter, Brianna Hollis, put on the uniform and take part in the event today. That is hard work. That stuff is heavy, too, that equipment they lug around. The redheaded stranger is celebrating a milestone birthday today. It's our own Willie Nelson, turning 90 years old. The country music icon, Grammy winner, movie star, and Texas native is celebrating his birthday at the Hollywood Bowl in California. The two-day event, today and tomorrow, features over 35 musicians, including Neil Young, Chris Stapleton, Beck, Snoop Dogg, and of course, Willie himself. Meanwhile, here in Austin, there are plenty of ways to celebrate the music legend. At 310 Austin City Limits, you can check out Willie Nelson cover band, Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Mott's. That starts at 7 tonight. And if you feel like donning Willie's iconic braids, you can head to Bird's Barbershop, where they'll braid your hair to look just like his, if you've got enough hair for that. And all weekend long, KUTX will be playing from his extensive discography. For a full list of Willie-centric events here in Austin, you can head over to KXAN.com and click on this story. How about another birthday? Today marks the return of a truly Austin-style event, Eeyore's birthday. It's the 58th year for celebrating the classic character and gloomy friend of Winnie the Pooh and trying to cheer him up.
Before Austin was a tech hub, Austin was a hippie haven. And over several decades, Austin's crunchiest residents gathered together in the park and made Eeyore's birthday party a high holy day on the Bohemian calendar.
Their crunchiest residents. I love that. Eeyore's birthday is at Pease Park. The city is offering a free shuttle from downtown since there is no parking. You can also take the Shoal Creek Trail. Admission is free. It runs until 8 o'clock tonight. Still to come, a new downtown work of art that was 4 years in the making. The details on what makes this project so special. The Mexican American Cultural Center unveiled a new downtown mural honoring Latino women. Our multicultural reporter, Jayla Washington, shows us who's behind it and why this was such a special project for them.
Well, this gorgeous mural, it's called La Mujer. It is right off of the trail near Rainey Street. It honors and uplifts strong Latina women like singer Selena, Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor, and so many others. This has been 4 years in the making. Teen interns through the Caminos program at the Mexican American Cultural Center created this. There are already so many people out here on the trail stopping by to admire and learn more behind its meaning. The mural is a physical representation of the experience the students got through the internship, learning how to build their careers as artists.
It's amazing to have all of the support from the people around us in the city of Austin because there aren't many opportunities for POC to really thrive in the arts.
So Rainey Street was the original Mexican-American neighborhood here in Austin, and a lot of people might not realize that. So how the teens have come together to create a public art piece that really teaches folks about the history of this area. I think it's important for teens to really see themselves in the artwork that's public artwork in Austin because, you know, a lot of folks, especially people of color, they're not really reflected in a lot of the public places in downtown Austin.
The Caminos internship program, they are looking for more students. It is paid. We've got information right now about that over on KXAN.com. I'm reporting downtown, Jayla Washington, KXAN News.
Beautiful day today. I'm sure you felt that if you stepped outside for even a second. High temperatures today, below normal, 77. We should be around 83 and far from records here today. And of course, we're still appreciating this wet month. We've had more than 4 inches since the beginning of April. Typical April has less than 2.5 inches. We're almost 2 inches above average just for the month alone. But for the year, we still got to make up a little bit of a gap there. We'll track our next rain chances and how much we could end up with by the end of the week in first warning weather.
This KXAN News podcast is brought to you by Shelf Genie. I'm Rosie Newberry from KXAN Studio 512. Considering replacing your kitchen cabinets? Struggling to find or reach things? Go to shelfgenie.com/Austin. Shelf Genie designs custom pull-out shelves for your existing cabinets, adding convenience and value to the most used room in your home. Shelf Genie custom pull-out shelves, everything in reach.
First warning weather with meteorologist Nick Bannon.
Beautiful, fantastic weather at the Lady Bird Johnson Center in South Austin now. We're at 74 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. Still many minutes left in the day here to enjoy before the sun sets a little after 8 o'clock here tonight. The clouds and storms of yesterday continue to peel out to the east of us, and we've just got the sunshine and a northerly breeze that's keeping the humidity in check and keeping the temperatures down too, although it's a one-day cooler than average day because we're going to see these numbers climbing in a big way tomorrow. Let me take you through tonight. Clear skies all day Sunday from morning through the middle of the day through the afternoon too. So this is why we're going through this future clouds and radar very quickly. Into Monday, however, a few scattered clouds. Still a day that features way more sun than clouds, but you may notice a few puffy clouds around at times later in the day. And then as the humidity really starts to build later in the week, say by Tuesday morning, we'll be starting off the mornings again with a lot of clouds. This is what the temperatures are across the state, really the whole state feeling really nice right now with 70s and low 80s and reasonably low humidity for most of us. We'll be dropping down into the low 60s here by 9 o'clock tonight. Eventually we start your morning Sunday kind of cool. Low to middle 50s for many of us, a few upper 50s in the mix as well. We should be in the low 60s, so it's almost 10 degrees cooler than average for this time of year. But with plenty of sunshine and still relatively dry air, the temperatures are going to soar, especially when combined with a southwesterly breeze tomorrow. That's going to make tomorrow hotter than today by quite a bit. Low 80s already at noon. And then high temperatures coming in the upper 80s in Austin. Don't be surprised if you get some low 90s in the hill country here tomorrow. So tonight, clear skies down to 54. The wind's coming down, but it'll still be a bit breezy in the early evening. And then a west-northwesterly wind tonight, about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Those winds start coming out of the south-southwest tomorrow, 5 to 15 miles per hour, and that helps us warm up to 88 degrees. Temperatures stay warm, but not as warm compared to average here through Wednesday. We drop closer to average this time of year being around 83. The humidity, however, does rise, even though the temperatures don't rise a lot after tomorrow. It'll be muggy late Monday night through Tuesday and Wednesday, and then by Thursday, humid to borderline very humid. And with that increasing humidity will come increasing rain chances starting, you guessed it, Thursday. Rain chances on Thursday and Friday and possibly into much of next weekend as well. Still some differences on timing from the computer models that we look at, but in general we're thinking at least isolated to widely scattered showers and storms. These rain chances may rise as we get closer to the end of the week. Early estimates on rain not particularly impressive, less than ½ an inch for most of us, but I wouldn't be surprised if the rain chances rise. We'll see those rainfall amounts go up as well. It is going to get warmer by the end of the week. Middle 80s Thursday, low 90s Friday, and mid 80s on Saturday.
This is KXAN Sports, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry.
Austin FC hoping to have a happy homecoming tonight at Q2 Stadium. Noah Gross is standing by live at the home of the Verde and Black. Now, Noah, you and I are going to break down the media food situation later in private, but catch us up on what things are going to look like on the pitch tonight for Austin FC.
Jonathan, I'll tell you what, the media food has been very consistent, very good this year. We will definitely talk about that later, but let's get into some numbers here. I'm not the mathematician you are, Mr. Thomas, but 23 goals Austin FC had through April last season. Now, April's not over. They still have this match tonight, but just 8 this season. Some offensive struggles, needless to say, for Austin FC. Last goal they scored was when Texas men's basketball was a day before their Elite 8 matchup. Yes, it's been a while. This was it against Colorado. They did score a win last week in LA, but it was called back for offside, so really trying to get off the schneid offensively. Good news for them, still 1 point out of the playoff picture as we're very early in the season. But tonight, as Josh Wolf will tell you, it's a pretty big opportunity against San Jose.
It's a big game at home. You mentioned it. The ties do you very little good in this league at home. We gotta certainly clean that up and be more point driven and grab 3 points at home.
It's about a little bit of execution, right? And goals come in bunches, and it's been like that for me individually in my career, and all the good teams that I've been on. That's how it works. So I think once we get one, we break that seal. We're going to be able to put a couple.
Just matching up on.
Believe it or not, San Jose is a team that Austin FC has never beaten. Now in year 3, they will try to get 3 points at home against them. Last year, 2 very hard-fought draws against the Quakes, as we get a lot of sound here, I'm sure you can hear. So, should be a fun one tonight, as Austin FC looking for 3 points. Josh Wolf said those 1 points does not do you much good at home. For now, at Q2 Stadium, Noah Gross, KXAN News, and the PA announcer wants to say hi too.
Boy, does he ever. Ooh, that was loud. That scared all of us in the studio. And going to your point, Noah, they've had 2 draws so far at home this year. They scored a 1-1-2 record at Q2 Stadium, not something Austin FC wants at all. Well, the NFL draft concluded today in Kansas City, and there were a few more Longhorns taken off the board. We'll fill you in when sports returns after this. Keep it here. Today is the final day of the NFL draft, and a couple of Longhorns and local products had their names selected, thus making their dreams of playing the game at the game's highest level come true. In the 4th round, Texas running back Roschon Johnson was selected by the Chicago Bears. Johnson ran for 2,190 yards in his career at Texas, scoring 22 touchdowns. Last year, he ran for 5. The Kansas City Chiefs made Texas defensive lineman Keandre Coburn their 6th round pick. He was selected 194th. Overall, in the 7th round, another Texas defensive lineman, Moro Ojomo, was selected by the Philadelphia Eagles at pick 249. Now, not a Longhorn, but Cedar Ridge alum Deuce Vaughn, running back, will stay in his home state for the start of his pro ball career. Vaughn was selected by the Dallas Cowboys in the 6th round, and Vaughn's father, Chris, is the assistant director of college scouting, so his dad was the one to inform him they will be on the same team football-wise. He was selected 212th. Overall. Good story there. The Miami Dolphins selected Bowie alum Elijah Higgins in the 6th round. Higgins is the 197th pick overall. He played his college ball at Stanford, and he's expected to play tight end for the Dolphins, according to reports. Hockey, the Texas Stars playoffs got off to a swimming start Friday night. Dallas scored 2 late goals to surge past the Rockford Ice Hogs. The Stars enjoyed 12 days off before making their playoff debut due to earning a first-round bye. And they felt that last night was smooth enough, even though they want to tighten up going forward.
We have a lot of guys in that room that have playoff experience, and Macker's been a couple of cup finals, so I mean it's huge. You know, those young guys are a big part of our team, and you want to make them feel comfortable, and this is a big time for us, and we need everyone pulling, so yeah, it's exciting.
I think we had a lot of build-up, right? And you had 12 days to kind of ramp up, and you know, there's going to be some rust in some of your puck play, but in terms of our legs, our physicality, our mindset, I think all that stuff was spot on. And now if we can, you know, clean a couple areas up, I think we can expect a good push here for Game 2.
Which will be tomorrow night. NHL, the Dallas Stars took care of business in their first-round series, beating the Minnesota Wild to win the series 4-2. Now they await the winner of the series between the Colorado Avalanche and the Seattle Kraken. 7th and final game of that series is tomorrow, guys.
All right, Jonathan, thanks. And Nick, you have an update from yesterday's severe weather.
Yeah, we just heard that there was a tornado in Coryell County, EF1. We'll have more info at 9 and 10 tonight.
All right, thank you for watching, everyone. We'll see you back here at 9 o'clock. Have a great evening.